40,000 Palestinians have now been killed in the Israel-Gaza war, 10.5 months into the conflict. That's the figure being reported by the health ministry in Gaza. It is heavily disputed by the Israeli government, but it is the only reliable evidence to work off. Journalists and investigators have largely been blocked from entering Gaza since the outbreak of the war.
حطيت قبر 67 نفر وحطيت قبر 137 نفر وحطيت قبر 60 نفر قبور جماعية. ما انت عارف زي ما بتشوف زي ما بتاخذ هذا ايش بترص هذا بتاخذ لها تقريبا 40 نفر.
It's not clear how many of the dead are civilians. The IDF says that it's killed around 14,000 Hamas and Islamic Jihad fighters. The health ministry in Gaza doesn't distinguish between civilians and combatants, but it does claim that around 60% of the dead are either women, children, or the elderly. As the war crosses this grim milestone, Sky News has investigated how the health ministry, ultimately run by Hamas, has arrived at this figure.
At the beginning of the war, the Gazans had in place actually an exceptionally high-quality system for recording the casualties based on bodies passing through the hospital morgues.
On October the 26th last year, the Gaza Health Ministry put out a detailed list of almost 7,000 people killed in the early days of the war.
Individuals listed by name, sex, age, national ID number.
But 10 months of conflict have devastated the Strip, with 59% of buildings in Gaza damaged or destroyed, and Gaza's health infrastructure has come under fire. Israeli bombardments and raids on hospitals disconnected several morgues from the central computer system, which meant those gathering the numbers of dead have had to increasingly rely on simple body counts or data from the remaining hospital morgues. By March, only 3 of Gaza's 8 major hospitals were reporting data, and unidentified bodies were making up 81% of all deaths recorded. More recently, the director of the Gaza Health Ministry's Health Information Center told us that the situation has improved as hospitals in the north have come back online. The improvements are also because of a new process implemented since May. The families of those whose bodies haven't been found can get a death certificate by submitting a form online and having the death validated by a judge. If the family says that a body did arrive at a hospital, then one death is removed from the tally of unidentified fatalities.
They're doing what they can to try to document as many deaths as possible, but over time the situation has degraded. We're still missing many people that have not been counted, and furthermore, the Ministry of Health is mostly reporting trauma-related deaths, not other deaths, and there is clearly an exacerbation of other deaths, what we call indirect deaths. If anything, I think it's an underestimate.
The IDF told Sky News that they had no comment about the reliability of Gaza Health Ministry numbers, although they did make a point of saying that the health ministry is run by Hamas. With an unknown number of bodies still trapped under the rubble and the war continuing on, the death toll will exceed, perhaps considerably, the 40,000 already recorded.